Alright, motherfuckers, how you doing today on this Wednesday, November 14th, 2023? MOD coming at you with another fucking video as always, coming to you from the MOD crib. Thank you, Janelle, for this awesome set. She is working on another one. It's going to be fucking killer. I love you. Thank you so much. If you missed anything in the past week, the I bring down the menu, click it. Everything's there to get caught up on the videos. Remember to hit the subscribe button down below, turn on that bell for all notifications. MOD giving you only the real underground metal as always, raw fucking intolerance, no compromise, period. Welcome to Album Ranking Wednesdays here on the channel, and I hope you've been enjoying these videos as well as everything else you've seen on the channel. So today we're having a look at Superjoint Ritual, albums ranked. Now hailing from New Orleans, yes, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite southern sludge metal bands of all fucking time, and for damn good reason too. Now, not only is Phil Anselmo the vocalist, but the band also has Jimmy Bower of EYEHATEGOD DOWN. They also have Hank Williams III. Then they have Kevin Bond and Joe Fazzio. And I mean, holy fuck, this is a killer goddamn lineup. Before we get into the ranking, I'm going to give you guys a bit of background on the band, as I always do, in case you don't know who they are. Now, Superjoint Ritual was an American heavy metal band that formed by Phil Anselmo and Joe Fazzio and Jimmy Bower in the early 1990s. Now, I'm talking as early as 1991, 92, okay? So right around when Phil was with Pantera, this band had formed, as well as Down and stuff like that. Later on, they were joined by the illustrious and amazing Hank Williams III and Kevin Bond. They were founded by Anselmo parallel to his membership in Pantera and became a full-time endeavor a few years later after Pantera's dissolution. Now, their style can be considered a mix of Pantera's style of groove metal and hardcore punk, as well as sludge and some black metal in there as well, with bands like Slayer, Celtic Frost, Voivod, Darkthrone, and Bathory have all been noted as influences also. The name Superjoint Ritual comes from a lyric in the Darkthrone song The Pagan Winter. According to Bower, Anselmo wrote 70 to 80% of the group's music. Despite their early 1990s establishment, it was not until a decade later, after the folding of Pantera, that the group recorded any albums. It was then that Superjoint Ritual garnered significant TV exposure on programs such as MTV's Two's Headbangers Ball and Fuse TV's Uranium. Very cool stuff. However, the group's time in the spotlight would prove short-lived, as a dispute between Anselmo and Fazzio led the band to its eventual split in 2004, which was confirmed by both Hank Williams III and Jimmy Bower. Now, the band reunited at the Housecore Horror Film Festival in Austin, Texas in October of 2014. For legal reasons, the band formed under the name Superjoint. Hank Williams III was initially supposed to take part in this first reunion show, but had to bow out due to personal reasons. Although their appearance at Housecore Horror was supposed to be the only reunion show, the band would later perform at Hellfest in 2015, and Superjoint released their latest album to date, Caught Up in the Gears of Application, on November 11th, 2016 through Housecore Records. In January of 2017, Superjoint played a tour with Battlecross and Child Bite. In an interview in June of 2019, Anselmo mentioned that he was no longer interested playing with Superjoint. In an October 2020, bassist Stephen Taylor said he is unsure if the band is still active. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into the ranking, shall we? Coming in at number 3, we have Use Once and Destroy, released in 2002 on Sanctuary Records. This is an amazing album from start to fucking finish. It's pummeling, aggressive, venomous, dark, raw, fucking anger-filled chaos. Okay, there is not one track on here that I skipped through. It is just a continued amalgam and an assault on everything in your senses. It is so fucking heavy, gritty, raw, just fucking powerful shit, and lots of memorable riffs, great songwriting, lyrics are incredible, Phil's vocals are incredible, every musician is on point on this to the fucking max. Great shit, crank it to 10, blast, Use Once and Destroy. It gets number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Caught Up in the Gears of Application, released in 2016 on Housecore Records. This is a really great album. What a comeback album for Superjoint Ritual, aka Superjoint, on this album in particular. But with the absence of Hank Williams III, it still has that awesome feel of the first two records, though you can tell Hank Williams 3 is not there, but it doesn't take anything away from the overall impact of the album or its pummeling aggression and raw fucking hate that you can feel all throughout this affair of just sonic intensity, crazy build-ups and downward slopes and spirals, everything like that going on here. Just fucking a sludge crossover masterpiece with Caught Up in the Gears of Application coming in at number 2. Coming in at number 1, we have my favorite record from them, A Lethal Dose of American Hatred, released in 2003 on Sanctuary Records. This is my favorite Superjoint Ritual album. It is fucking very heavy, it's very dark, it's very unsafe, it's very disturbing, and it's got some of the most incredibly powerful screaming and venom from Phil Anselmo of all fucking time. This was when he was in the midst of his drug abuse and his continued battle with heroin to get well, and you can certainly hear that on this album. It is a very drug-riddled, nightmarish inducing fucking trip with a lot of self-loathing and misanthropy and rage, and absolutely this is reflected in the guitar work, the drums, the bass, the vocals, everything about it is absolutely fucking spectacular. There is nothing I would change on A Lethal Dose of American Hatred. It is their best fucking album. It comes in at number 1. Hail the fucking underground. Alright guys, there you have it. Another album ranking in the books here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed today's premiere. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Merchandise available homepage. Click the store tab. Janelle, thank you so much for all of your help with the channel. I love you and appreciate everything you do. She did an awesome design for one of my new shirts. She is working on some more, as I did post photographs to be edited and used in upcoming merch, so make sure you guys keep an eye on that. Thank you to Barry of That Goat Metal Show, Rich the silent producer of That Goat Metal Show, Josh Dominus, and my friend Anthony, all for buying shirts. You guys fucking rule. Make sure you check out That Goat Metal Show, Drucifer, and Mordant Red as my shoutouts. Great fucking channels there. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you in the next video. I'm fucking out of here.